Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here, and we are continuing here in this video to do the lessons of A Course in Miracles from the Workbook. So today's lesson is lesson 35, and it is, my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Today's idea does not describe the way you see yourself now. It does, however, describe what vision will show you. It is difficult for anyone who thinks he is in this world to believe this of himself. Yet the reason he thinks he is in this world is because he does not believe it. You will believe that you are part of where you think you are. That is because you surround yourself with the environment that you want, and you want it to protect the image of yourself that you have made. The image is part of this environment. What you see while you believe you are in it is seen through the eyes of the image. This is not vision. Images cannot see. The idea for today represents a very different view of yourself. By establishing your source, I'll say it again, by establishing your source, that's a source with a capital S, it establishes your identity with a capital I. And it describes you as you must really be in truth. You will use a somewhat different kind of application for today's idea because the emphasis for today is on the perceiver rather than on what he perceives. For each of the 3 5-minute practice periods today, begin by repeating today's idea to yourself, and then close your eyes and search your mind for the various kinds of descriptive terms in which you see yourself. Include all the ego-based attributes which you ascribe to yourself, positive or negative, desirable or undesirable, grandiose or debased. All of them are equally unreal because you do not look upon yourself through the eyes of holiness. In the earlier part of the mind searching period, you'll probably emphasize what you consider to be the more negative aspects of your perception of yourself. Toward the latter part of the exercise period, however, more self-inflating descriptive terms may well cross your mind. Try to recognize that the description of your fantasies about yourself does not matter. Illusions have no direct reality. They are merely not true. A suitable, unselected list for applying the idea for today might be as follows. I see myself as imposed on, as victimized. I see myself as depressed. I see myself as failing. I see myself as endangered, in threat. I see myself as helpless. I see myself as victorious. I see myself as losing out. I see myself as charitable. I see myself as victorious. Now, you should not think of these terms in any abstract way. They will occur to you as various situations, personalities, and events in which you cross your mind. Pick up any specific situation that occurs to you. Identify the descriptive terms or term you feel are applicable to your reactions to that situation and use them in applying today's idea. After you named each one, add but my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. During the longer practice periods, then, there will probably be intervals in which nothing specific occurs to you. Do not strain to think specific things to fill the interval, but merely relax and repeat today's idea slowly until something occurs to you. Although nothing that does occur should be omitted from the exercises, nothing should be dug out with effort. Neither force nor discrimination should be used. As often as possible during the day, pick up a specific attribute or attributes you are ascribing to yourself at the time and apply the idea for them today, adding the idea in the form stated above to each of them. If nothing particular occurs to you, merely repeat the idea to yourself with closed eyes, which is, my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. So in this lesson, in paragraph 3, it says the emphasis is on the perceiver rather than on what we perceive. So the perceiver is the self-image that we have created. The image of yourself, which is of the ego. Or, as the Course emphasizes, I am as God created me. We believe that we are separated from God, and we don't see ourselves as holy, or remember that God is our source. So again, in paragraph 3, it says, by establishing your source, it establishes your identity, and it describes you as you must really be in truth, which is, I am as God created me. That's a line that's in the Course, and you'll hear it quite frequently, and we'll be reminded of this. So we have difficulty believing my mind is part of God's and I am very holy. May not believe it at all, or maybe never even thought of it before. So our unwillingness to recognize our connection with our source is what keeps us locked in our smallness. And God sees us in our greatness, and we are in our innocence. So we resist acknowledging God as our source because it seems to our egos to put us in second place, to make us dependent. But it does not make us dependent, because we are dependent. We're dependent on God. And it's not shame. It is our glory to be dependent on God. So a strong emphasis of the Course is looking directly at our darkness and confronting our fears. So in looking at our darkness, what the Course is also saying is to look at our darkness, although do not dwell on it. But bringing our darkness into the light dispels the darkness. So again, we need to look directly at the darkness and again confront our fears. We don't want to do either of those. We'd rather look at or think that everything is all perfect over here. in this is again all coming from ego perspective. So reminding ourselves of the truth about us is another powerful technique that the Course recommends for transcending our egos. So as today's lesson says, my mind is part of God's and I am very holy. So you might want to, as you're doing this lesson, you might want to take out your journal, and you might find it helpful to, to write out those, where it says there, those different perceptions you have of yourself, negative as well as any of the positive ones. And, take a look, as it says, at certain situations. It will be helpful as you continue this this process. Again of looking at our thoughts and the mind training that's involved here in the Course in Miracles. Okay, that's what I want to say for today. We will be looking at, in the next video, lesson 36. So, all right, you have a wonderful day. I really appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next video.